Okay, it is Championdjk coming at you again with another 10 Car Tuesday episode. And in this episode, we've got another Greenlight 10 Car Tuesday. So I've got, 10 Greenlight cars to look at. Some of them are older, some of them are brand new. A good mix of vehicles. So we're going to start with this custom 2006 Dodge Charger. This is from Muscle Car Garage, stock and custom. Copyright date on the back of this thing is 2007. So it looks like it's a Michigan State Police. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to open this. So this is Muscle Car Garage Series 5. So copyright date 2007. It probably came out in 2007, actually. And here is the car. I know this particular car, I don't think cars in this series are super easy to come by. These older Greenlights. In fact, that is the case quite often with these older Greenlights. Is they're kind of difficult to come by, and sometimes if you purchase them off eBay, you're going to end up paying a premium for them. Comes with this little card here, just this picture both on the front and the back. And then, of course, here's the car itself. Pretty nice looking police version of this. No light bar on this one. Paint looks okay. The packaging itself was pretty wrecked, so. It does have an opening hood feature, but I'm not going to bother opening it. This one is 4071. It does have a green rivet, and it's GL019. Wow, the base is pretty heavily oxidized. That's kind of interesting. So it's still sealed in the package. I think the package blister, though, was actually cracked. Yeah, it was. So, obviously whatever elements this was stored in probably affected it somewhat. It looks like the paint is okay. The base is definitely oxidized, which you don't see too much on loose Greenlight cars that have been out of the package for a really long time. But this being, 13 years old-ish, and probably not in very desirable environment. Probably not stored in a very desirable environment. I like how they put the graphics of the headlights and stuff, headlights and taillights on this car. Looks pretty awesome. And it's a pretty decent looking vehicle. I'm glad to add it to the collection. So there is that one. Stock and custom. Muscle Car Garage Series 5. The next one, we'll look at a brand new one. Let's do this one. The 1971 Jeepster Commando. Hearst licensing. It is a hobby exclusive. This is a one that just got released here, 2020. First version of this tooling that I've got so far. Let's pull it out. Looks pretty cool. This does not have any opening feature. I think there's a couple different versions of this tooling. Number 1248 on the bottom here. Let's see if we can catch the tooling number. It's always hard to see in a black vehicle, but it looks like it's 174 is what it appears to be. Lots of little tiny details on this one. I'll see if I can zoom in a little bit. Namely, like that little printing right there. Looks pretty good. The little printing on the center of the hubcap. Looks pretty good. Let's see here. We got plastic roof rack. This one has painted details in the back for the headlights and painted details in the back for taillights. Painted details in the front for headlights. It's a pretty decent looking tooling. Looks like this is an add-on here to the hood. This little ram air thing going on in front. It's kind of cool. The top is plastic. It's pretty interesting. I think it's pretty good looking Jeep, if you ask me. I like it. Rolls good. All right, and let's see. Next up, let's go with another one that's fairly new. This is a 1967 Shelby Cobra 427 SC. This is from Meekum Auctions, Series 4. This is actually a really nice version of this tooling. If you want to see the back, this the actual vehicle sold for $2,860,000, just chump change. It's one of 27 original factory cars. I like the Meekum Auction series for that reason, that you can see what the car sold for. They're real cars, so kind of a cool little piece of automotive history, and definitely a pretty good version of this Cobra. So this one has a metal base. Does it have a tooling number? It does. Okay, so this is kind of interesting because you know anything about this Cobra casting? I think originally it was a high-speed casting. It was in the Motor World line, or maybe it wasn't a high-speed casting, but it was made for the Motor World lineup, not for the premium series. So it was originally tooled with a plastic base, which is interesting too, because it looks like they still have, like, in the metal cast version, this has been where the screw hole would have been, right in the center right here. And it looks like it's tooling number 68. See if you can hold it steady enough to look at it. Yeah, it's kind of hard to see with the gloss, but it's GL068 is what that tooling number is. Interestingly, too, the copyright date's 2017, which makes me think that that's when they casted the actual metal base, because I know they've used the tooling quite a few more times than that, I believe. One oddball thing about this, I don't know, is this supposed to have a bumper on the front or not? No, it's not. Okay, just checking that. Yeah, no, it's not supposed to have a bumper on it. I think there are versions of this car with a front bumper that were put out. I think there are. And gosh, now I'm going to wonder about that. I know I've got a version of this tooling somewhere else, and I swear it had a front bumper. But anyway, this one's sans bumper, of course. It looks really good. So, pretty good looking tooling. Wheels look pretty good. They kind of rock back and forth where the axles sit. But I think the best version of this car that they have put out so far, the best version of this Cobra tooling. Kind of cool. All right, let's see here. Just kind of grabbing it random. This next one is the 2019 Chevrolet Silverado Trail Boss from All Terrain Series 9. Not much to look at, card right there. Let's just get it right open. And again, definitely dig the trucks from Greenlight. Greenlight does a great job on their full-size trucks. This one appears to be a little goofy in the wheel department here. I should just keep that, make it look like it's turning. Does that make a good picture? Sure, that's not what they're going for. That wheel is not on straight. And it looks like it's probably fixable. It's a little bit better. The back one drags on the wheel well, too. Anyway, I'll play with that off of camera and see if I can get it to work. This one has no opening features. It's brand new Silverado tooling. It looks decent. Painted details all around. Headlights, taillights. I think Auto World is putting out this version of the Silverado 2. This generation Silverado is coming from Auto World, and I think that's going to look a lot better than this one, but from the pictures that I've seen so far. There we go. That wheel's much better now. Tooling number, it appears to be 165. And I think that's either the serial number or that is, I'm not sure. That's a nice truck. Nice version. I have two versions of this casting, I think, now. I got a one that's just all white. I think I have as well. But it's decent. Pretty good. I like the big trucks. Let's see this one. Here we go. We're going old school now. This is a 1972 AMC Javelin AMX. One of 3,500 pieces. This is from Black Bandit collection. Oof. I didn't notice that before. So these were definitely not stored proper. That did not come from my house. That looks like Spider used to live there. And I looked at this one through the packaging, and it looks like it has a little bit of what we call paint rash. Actually, quite a bit of it now that I'm looking at it. So maybe, you know, and I've always contested, I'm not sure if the paint rashing has anything to do with like environmental factors. And this one, just judging on how this car was stored and all that stuff and the condition of the packaging, you know, maybe it does have something to do with it. But there is definitely a little bit of paint bubbling going on here. $13.29 on this one. Copyright date 2009 on the casting. The tooling number, geez, I don't know. Looks GL0, and then it is completely covered by black paint. But you can kind of see the roughness there on the roof of the car. That's kind of disappointing. But I got this super cheap, so I can't really complain. To get this car on a like mint package, it's probably pretty expensive. I think I paid like $4 for it or something, $4 or $5 for it. Nice detail under the hood. Looks good there in that department. So I didn't know of Greenlight really being susceptible to paint rashing. So it'd be interesting to see other versions of this car to see if they suffered the same fate. I've got couple more Black Bandits here, actually. We might as well just look at those three right away. 1 second here. This next one is a 1965 Ford Galaxie 500 convertible, limited to 4,032 pieces. Look how dirty this packaging is. It's filthy. Copyright date 2009. So let's see how the car survived. And I've said this before about paint rashing. It seems to affect gloss paint jobs more than flat paint jobs. So let's check it out. This one is mostly like a flat or satin finish, and it seems to be pretty much unscathed, which is great. This is a survivor. It's a cool tooling. Love the taillights on it. Yeah, let's see if we can find a tooling. There it is. Tooling number 31. Pretty cool. Looking pretty good. And this one does have an opening hood. Pretty easy to get open. There's the motor in there. Looks pretty good. As you can tell, like this white thing that I'm doing, it's just paper. It gets dirty really, really fast when opening up Greenlight cars. Not sure exactly why, but yeah. So there's that, and then lastly, this is another one, 1968 Dodge Charger RT. Packaging is in similar condition. This is from Black Bandit Series 1. So what I'm slowly figuring out is Black Bandit collection. So they released like single cars. I think that's, well, maybe they didn't. Is this an S? And this is an S. I don't know. I'm super confused. They don't say series on it. This one does say S5 though, and this one does say S4. As I add these into my like Greenlight spreadsheet, I think I'll figure out more of this, because this one says BBS 1 and it is Series 1. It says Series 1 down here. Copyright date on it is 2008. This packaging, I mean, obviously got some heat. It's like bowed, like it melted almost. It looks rough. We're going to see how the car turned out. I mean, it's gross. I'm going to have to wash my hands after handling these cars. The car looks to be just fine. Glancing at it here. See if we can get a little bit more focus on it. And again, it is not a gloss black. This is a flat black, or almost a satin, I guess you would call it. And it looks pretty awesome. So there it is, $37.69 on the bottom there. Trying to peep out a tooling number. Here we go. GL030 is the tooling number for this charger. I like this one a lot. This car looks great in black. So this one's a Survivor as well. This one also has a opening hood feature. Looking good. Closes good. Thing rolls great. Pretty awesome. That is a winner. That is a winning model right there. Love it. All right. Let's see here. What do we got? We got like 3 left. Let's do these. This one right here. 1968 Mercury Cougar. XR7 GTE 428 Cobra Jet in the Greenlight Anniversary Collection. So the Greenlight Anniversary Collection is a cool series as well. This one is, I don't know which series it is. I know it's the Anniversary Collection, but I don't know. They don't put the number of the series on the card sometimes, which is goofy. Let's go ahead and open it up, and I don't remember which one it is. Looking pretty good. Looks like we got a wonky wheel, which will happen from time to time from Greenlight, and is usually fixable with a pinch. Much better. It looks pretty good. These Cougars have an opening hood. Some nice engine detail in there. That looks great. Ooh, that hood snaps shut beautifully. Love that. Wheels look pretty good. Wheels like this that are shiny chrome like this could really use some sort of black wash to give them a little bit more depth. But it looks pretty good. What can you say? And I like this one. I like the color of it. The interior color is great. It's kind of a cream color, off-white color. The tooling itself is pretty nice. They did a pretty good job on the Cougar. You do get like a inserted detail for the tail. You get an inserted detail for the headlights, but this car had those hidden headlights. Yeah, I think they did a good job on this tooling. I've got, I think, 2 others of the tooling. Maybe just 1 other. I like it. I've always liked the Mercury Cougar. I just thought it was a good-looking car. So I was pretty happy to see that it was coming to Greenlight. Did we look at that? 573 is the serial number, and it looks like it's tooling number 161A. Which, if they put a letter after the number, that typically means there's going to be multiple versions of the tooling. And yes, I think there already has been multiple versions of this tooling out. So there you have it. Let's see here. I got 2 more to look at, and they're both going to be the Ford Club Wagon. I like this casting quite a bit. This one is from Vintage Ad Cars Series 2. This is another really cool series from Greenlight that I'm a fan of. It's just neat because they take cars from vintage ads, and of course they make versions of them in diecast form. That's what I like about Greenlight. Greenlight's a fun brand to collect because they really take inspiration from almost everywhere. And when you're doing cars like the anniversary cars are cool, the auction cars are cool. You know, stuff like this is the stuff I really like, and these tend to turn out almost the best. Ooh, look at that. 33. And to be honest with you, I have no idea if that means that this is the 33rd car off the production line or what. Tooling number is 178, but I think it is a serial number that they give the cars. 033. Ford Club Wagon. It's a nice color blue. They've already come up with quite a few versions of this casting. I love it though. It's a huge van. It's all metal. It's great. It's awesome. All right, and then the last one is a hobby exclusive release. This 1968 Ford Club Wagon community charter bus system. Not much to look at in the card art here. Just open it up. 68 Ford Club Wagon. Same van, same tooling, same everything here. And it looks pretty good in its little yellow school bus-ish livery. Community charter bus system. 0766 on the bottom there. Again, tooling number 178. So it's a good looking bus. Or van. I like it. This van, I'm probably going to go after. I don't know if I'm going to go after all of these. It used to be how I collected things. I don't know if I'm going to continue that with this van, but you know, I might. This might be one of the ones I try to get every variation of. But I'm starting to lose my van collecting identity. I don't know if it's something I'm into enough to go after all of them. It's just kind of a silly way to collect sometimes, is to get every single one of a car. But then it's cool because you can group them all together and, you know, look at them all together, and it's kind of neat just to have all of them, and yada, yada, yada. There's reasons to do it. There's reasons to not do it. Greenlight's a tough brand to do it with because they usually come up with tons of the exact same tooling. And usually within the same year, the first year that a tooling's released, it's going to get a ton of releases. That's kind of just the way they do it. And that's fine by me, but I don't know. I really like these two cars. I think these two are awesome. They might be the highlight of the episode. I do also enjoy this cast. Looks really nice too. I don't mind that the headlights are not, you know, a lens or inserted piece, because they did the graphic in the front, and it looks really nice. This is probably the biggest bummer of the group, just because it's all full of paint rash and stuff like that. It's not that great a shape, but it still looks pretty good. You actually still could really take good pictures of this, because there's an easy way to hide that with lighting and such. So, I mean, I could still get some good results taking pictures of that car. But yeah, I don't know. We had a lot of solid models in this episode, so it's really kind of hard to pick, but I don't know. I think this one's probably my favorite, and I think that one's definitely my second. So, all right, that's going to be it for the episode. Thank you guys very much for watching another, this is a lengthy 10 Car Tuesday episode. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Again, thank you so much for watching. Have yourself a great day. Check out the playlists. Peace.